Hello everyone, this is Shay in Christmas Valley today. I had gone to, there's a winter storm warning. Oh, it's 41 degrees over here. But there was a winter storm warning. So I had to go all the way to La Pine. I'm going to go the other way to this time. Oh, that's a cool truck. That GMC. It's a pretty cool color. Because my son's gonna be gone for 5 days, and tomorrow I have worship, and then I have some new friends coming over to my garden, and they're going to I'm gonna dig up some green onions so that they can plant in their yard, and some giant purple irises, and then I'm going to put together a kit tonight of some sunflower seeds and some other things that I could find, some marigolds and things like that. And then so today I had to drive all the way to La Pine, and I thought about doing a video on the way to La Pine, but there was snow on the road, and I'm extremely nervous, and I didn't want to be distracted. And then on the way back, the road was so clear, and I was just enjoying the peace and quiet. I have Bruce with me right now, and I'm really hoping that he doesn't bark. Usually when I come over to Christmas Valley and do stuff, I usually bring Bruce. But he likes to bark if somebody gets too close to the car and stuff, and I just know that if I'm driving, he's not going to bark. It's only if I'm not driving. If I'm parked at like the store or something, and then he barks. But I gave him a bone right now, so he's preoccupied with his, well, I guess he's not even eating it, he's just sitting next to it. So I guess that idea is out, because anyway, it's super windy, and it's supposed to like rain, snow this weekend. And by the time I got back from La Pine, I had to unload, and then I rested a bit. I took a few phone calls, and then my son reminded me that tomorrow he's going to take my car and go snowboarding with his friend Damon and Paris. And so I usually save doing this until, I was going to save it till tomorrow afternoon, later in the early evening, but he probably won't be back in time, so I was like, well, I just better go right now. And it's already really late. It's like 4 or 5, and then, so you know how that goes. But the good news is that my daughter went to La Pine today separately than me, because she was going to go get paint and stuff and her supplies, but she was going to get paint because they're getting ready to do my middle grandchild, Ryder. They just finished the floor last night. Looks beautiful. And now they're going to paint his walls, and then hang all the shelving that we have bought in him, and we got him, like, we've been collecting for like a year stuff to go on his walls, like coral and big shells and like very oceany stuff. His new rug is phenomenal. It came in the mail, and my daughter has it all laid out. It's done in blues. Oh, it's so beautiful. Looks like an ocean wave. It's just so beautiful. And then let's put his whole room back together. Got a new mattress because he has bunk beds, but one of the bunk beds is half of the bunk bed is at my house, because my son's using that bed. And then Landon has his own bed at my house, and Trevor's using Landon's bed. Landon's using an extra one that I have. And then I don't know why it's like that. It's just the way it is. It's just the way that it worked out. And then Ryder has the top bottom bunk of the, because it's one of those wood beds that you can separate. But we had to get him a different mattress. Well, we ordered my son a brand new mattress for Landon's bed, and then Landon's mattress was stored, and then Ryder completely destroyed his mattress. So we're getting rid of that one, and then we're going to put Landon's on there because it was never really used. Because Landon actually lives, we have like one of those trailers that has a pop-out living room, and in the spring and summer and fall, Landon stays in that. Oh, look how beautiful Table Rock looks. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's pretty. And then in the winter when it's really cold, like right now, Landon stays with me, or he stays in the house with his mom, but he prefers to stay with, now that he's a teenager, he prefers to stay with me because he can have the TV all to himself. I don't watch it, so he watches it. He doesn't really watch it that much either. And he could have his friends over, and because he shared a room with Ryder. Him and Ryder shared a room because the main house is only 3 bedrooms. So Serenity has her own room. Ryder and Landon shared a room, and then of course my daughter and her mate have a room. And so Landon doesn't like sharing a room with Ryder because with Ryder being autistic, anything can set, like any kind of hiccup in his routine. I mean, he loves being around Ryder, and Ryder loves Landon, but Landon can't watch anything. And Ryder broke his TV, and Landon didn't want his TV in there because he has a bigger TV because he doesn't want Ryder to break it. And Ryder has a new TV, but we just my daughter doesn't no longer let him keep it in his room. She has it set up in the dining room in a corner, and he's allowed to watch whatever my daughter puts on. Ooh, it's snow raining right now. There's like this really cool bird that's like on this fence post. I think that is really cool looking. Anyway, there's nobody behind me, so it's okay if I drive a little bit slower. So she's finishing up his room. I don't think they're going to paint it tonight. I think it's probably going to be like a next weekend type of situation, because can't really air it out, and Ryder's got to go to bed tonight because, well, no, they'll probably do it tomorrow because today's Saturday. Oh, so I think today's the 15th of March. It says 40 degrees now. So she'll probably paint it tomorrow. We're going to do it just white. 3 walls will be white and 1 wall will be blue. I thought she was going to do 3 walls light blue and 1 wall darker blue. She just got him new curtains and curtain rod so we can take down his blinds, because he likes to look out the window, so some of his blinds are kind of bent and messed up, so we're changing that out. It's gonna be beautiful. Like he's got like, it's all ocean stuff that we've collected. It's taken us a long time to collect the right pieces because we don't want to get anything too kiddish, because he's a teenager. He's going to be 14 next month, or the month after next. So we're trying to move him from, baby shark stuff to, and we've tried different things. Like he used to have this canopy that went over his bed that was a big shark, and he slept in the shark's mouth. We've done like a lot of different stuff, and we've had to test lot of different things to see what his interests are, and it's always ocean, and he really doesn't really like really kiddish ocean, like kid sharks. He likes more realistic looking stuff. So, and it's just taken us a really long time to find things that he would really like. Like, there's a lot of rugs out there, a lot of shark rugs and stuff, but it's not so much visual as it is how it feels. You know, like when you touch things. So the rug that she got is really soft and more of a, you know, it'll stimulation type thing, because he likes to lay on the floor. And she tore out his carpet, and we laid down wood flooring. And so now that it's not going to be like, you know, very comfortable for him to lay on it. So we had to get like a really plushy rug that he'll like to lay on. And then we have to acclimate him to it, like let him get used to it. So it's like in the dining room right now for a couple days while because it's, you know, where his TV is, so that he'll like walk on it and, you know, feel it, lay down on it. Like, it's not just something brand new that we just threw in his room, so he can visually see it. He knows it belongs to the house. And when it belongs to the house, then we can move it into his room once he realizes that it's ours, it's, you know, there, like that kind of thing. And that will probably move into his room after it gets painted, like, so another day or two of him getting used to it. It's been in the house for a good few days, 5 or 6 days. So he knows that it belongs to us. He's walked on it. We've walked on it. You know, we all make comments on it and rub it and say, oh, isn't this nice? And so that he likes it too. And then a lot of the stuff we got him is not really stuff that he is going to touch, because they'll be on high shelves. And then we have matching lower shelves for him that we will put stuff that he can take on and off his own shelves. But some of it is, I think I have a blinker out, because it's, when it does that fast thing, that's like usually a warning. Man, look at that. Table Rock's got snow on the Christmas Valley side, but there's none on the Silver Lake side, because I looked at it before I left. And I stopped and took a video. A shorts video. Which I'll be uploading probably tonight. Anyway, we got him, you know, some new lights and just a variety of things. She'll have to paint the closet too, because we took off his closet doors, because otherwise he'll slam the doors. He slams his bedroom door a little bit, but it's not too bad, because she has a coat hanger on, you know, where we hang up his coats and his hats. So it makes it a little bit heavier, so he doesn't really, has a harder time slamming it. I mean, there's some really cool stuff. We got him another jacket hanger to hang his hoodies and hats on, because he does have quite a few hats, and he has quite a few jackets, because he does like to change that stuff up. And this one is a fish bone. It's so cool. It's a fish skeleton bone. It's really cool. I love it. It goes great with a lot of the decorative items that we've got him. We've got him a bunch of signs that, you know, so that he can read them. He can read and write, but the problem obviously he knows what those things mean because he gets excited. I did see him, like, one time when I was, like, not that long ago, I was walking past down the hall, and he was back on his TV before he broke it. And it's not necessarily that he broke it. It was an old TV that I had given him 6 years ago, and it was one of my mom's old TVs, and I had already, my mom had given it to me. It was an Emerson, and it lasts, like, the TV's probably a good 10, 11 years old. So it was gonna go anyway, and it was the one that had the, you know, where you could go to YouTube and stuff like that. I forget what they call it, but it was a really old version of that. I forget what you call it. Roku. It was an old version of one of the first Rokus. So, like, it was going out anyway, but he had, like, messed up the remote control. But anyway, I was walking past his room one day, because he always has his bedroom door open, because he pops his head out in the hallway to see what's going on all the time. Like, who's going to the bathroom, who's going to the laundry room, who's going where, here and there, and blah, blah, blah. But he just likes to be involved. He likes to be in his room a lot. Like, the kid lives in there. That's one of the reasons why we have his TV out in the dining room, so it forces him to socialize with us more often. And anyway, I was walking past his room, and I looked up on his TV screen, and he was typing in Madagascar. And that was, like, when he was 12, just turned 13 maybe. It was, and I was watching him type in, and it's not like he's typing in to watch cartoons, because he watches, like, cartoon stuff if it's shark related, but he really likes documentaries, like full on documentaries is what he really likes. Anything to do with the ocean, like, he always types in Ocean Planet, anything to do with water, but mostly ocean. It's got to be like ocean, deep ocean stuff. He likes lobsters and octopuses and starfish and anything to do with the ocean. Like, and he knows what all of that stuff is. Like, he's into it. But I saw him typing in Madagascar, which is not ocean related, and I was blown away that he could even spell it, and he was spelling it correctly, and he was going to a documentary on YouTube about Madagascar. And then I proceeded to go to the ladies' room, and then when I came back out, he was watching the documentary, and I remember, you know, thinking, whoa, that's something different. Like, I was not, because usually he types in Ocean Planet or sharks, anything with sharks. He has seen every single thing on YouTube that has said sharks. Anything that says sharks, he's watched it all. Like, because it's hard to find something different for him that he hasn't already seen. Like, he's into it. So there's that. Oh, now it's starting to rain. Oh no, it looks like it's snow, but snow rain. Like, as soon as it touches the windshield, it just turns to water. But I can see that it's actually tiny little. Anyway, so I'm really excited to see. Now, when we changed his carpet out and his flooring, he didn't even care. Like, she turned the TV on in the dining room. He went out into the dining room. She ripped his carpet out, ripped his carpet padding out, and then started laying down the floor, and she finished the last piece last night at 10:30. And he was still up, which is unusual. Usually he falls asleep between 8:30 and 9:30. But he was still up, and then I was standing there talking to her, and we were walking on the floor, and we were discussing the paint that what she was planning on doing. And he came in while we were standing there, basically to tell us to get out. And that was the first time he'd gone in there. I asked her, I'm like, has he been in here at all while you've been laying down the floor? And she's like, nope, never even poked his head in. She did see him go to the bathroom a couple times, because the bathroom is one door past his, and he didn't even care. She said he didn't even look over at her when he was going in. And then she said when it came out, she was like watching to see if he was gonna say anything. Not really say anything, because he talks like a dinosaur. It's rah, rah, that's how he talks. We just say that we always say stuff like, we just make it up, like whatever. When he's like rah, we're like, oh, we love you too. Like, we just make stuff up, but whatever it sounds like is what we roll with. And we know that he can say words, because he'll say Landon's name, not very often, but just like, he'll be like, Landon. And we're like, whoa! We're always so blown away. Or a couple months ago, it was early in the morning. It was like 6:30 in the morning on a weekend. And I had gone in to use the ladies' room, and I'd come out, and he likes to open the laundry room door for me, because he's a little butler. And I said, oh, oui, oui, thank you, monsieur. And then he said, oui, oui, back to me. And I was like, whoa, thrown a loop. And then I went out, and then a couple hours later, I was sitting there thinking, oh no, because he ran off saying, oui, 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 oui. And I was like, oh no, because my daughter was going to get up, and then if he was still running around saying, oui, 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 she might think that there was something wrong with his downstairs, and that's why he was saying, oui, oui. So I was like paranoid about it, and I told my son when I got out to my place, I told him, oh no. And then my son was like, oh no. And I was like, well, when you go in there for coffee, mention it to my daughter or whatever about what happened and what, but he wasn't continuing to say it, thank goodness. And that was the end of that. But he does we've never heard him say Serenity. He's never said mom or dad. He has said Landon's name, and he says, because all the grandkids call me Nana, and he has said Nana, and I have him on recording when he was 3.5, 4, right after he got his tonsils out, because they had to take his tonsils when he was only 4, because they were enlarged, and he had never had actual food. It was always puree food, because he couldn't swallow very good. And so when they finally took his tonsils, it was 4 or 5 days later, I was babysitting, and he was running around saying, Nana, Nana, all day. So I have a video of him at random times during that day, just running around saying Nana. And then he didn't say it again for years. And then last year it was when he was 12, so 2 years ago, he tapped on my shoulder, and he's like, Nana, and I swear it was Landon. And I said, just a minute, Landon, because I was talking to Serenity. experienced that his voice, he sounds just like Landon. Oh yeah, and his stepdad, he has said Nick a bunch of times, like probably more. He has said Landon more than anything. Nick, he has said more than Nana. And those are the only 3 names that we've ever heard him say. Nick, Landon, and Nana. And then we know his teacher tells us that he can say full-on sentences because he'll ask her, what do you want? Like, he'll get frustrated and he'll tell her, go away. So he says, go away, and he'll say, what do you want? And we know that he got the sentence, what do you want, from my daughter, because they'll stand, like he'll take her to the pantry, and then she'll stand in the pantry and she'll ask him, what do you want? What do you want? And so he's never said it to us, but his teacher says he says it regularly to her. It's not like a one-time thing. Like, he says it to her at least once or twice a day. So we know that there's that. And then he'll also tell her to go away. We don't know where he got that from, because when he gets in trouble, we'll tell him, go to your room. Like, if he's being aggressive or anything like that, we'll tell him, go to your room. But we don't tell him, go away. So he must know and of course, if we tell him, go put your shoes on, go put your jacket on, go put your pants on, go put your shirt on, like, it's time to take a shower, it's dinner time, you got to get up, you got to get ready for school. He knows all of that. Like, he'll jump up and do it. So we do know that he's functioning. It's just he doesn't communicate really well. Like, he doesn't tell us anything. If he wants something, he'll take us to whatever he wants. He just doesn't say it. I have my wagon already ready so I can unload. I just got a few things in Christmas Valley and gas, because I forgot to get gas while I was in La Pine, and my son was like all butthurt about it because he doesn't like getting gas here in Christmas Valley, or here in Silver Lake. He doesn't like the pumps, and so he was like, when you go over to Christmas Valley, make sure that you get gas. So I'm going to sign off here because I have to let Bruce out, or I have to put Bruce in the gate, and then I've got to bring the wagon out of the gate. And I got everything on my list, so I can put my list back in my backpack and get my backpack on. So peace, love, and happiness. May peace be with you always. Sorry that the vlogs have been kind of boring. Hopefully the weather will chipper up and I can go on a walk, and you know, nothing exciting happens around here, although I'm excited about my guests that are coming tomorrow to it'll be their first time in my garden, and they're gonna we're gonna dig up a few things, and I'm gonna give them some stuff so that it'll be a little bit easier for me. And you know, we'll see how it goes. All right, so peace, love, and happiness. May peace be with you always. Don't forget to rewind and be kind. Share this with friends if you like, and I will catch you tomorrow. All right, bye.